All right. $5 million sold. Right? 5 million sold. Mortal Kombat 1, this is over on Fighting Games Daily. It sold 5 million copies. Okay. You know what the problem with sales? Is they never tell you the returns. And they never tell you the retention. The closest that we get is on Steam, right? Because for the last year, I've done videos showcasing the player base for those who are playing Mortal Kombat 1 on Steam. Now, granted, PC has a smaller fighting-based community than consoles, right? But we're all still paying money, right? So it doesn't matter where you're playing. If you're playing, you're playing. But it's a good metric. So MK11 has been pretty much outpacing, except for content spikes, meaning a DLC drop, or say the thing with the Floyd stuff. All of that is what I consider content spikes, meaning that the player base will come back and play it, which inflates the numbers to make it look like it's far more important than what it actually is, right? And it says here for comparisons, by 2011, MK9 had sold 3 million, right? So this is, from what I'm gathering, is in the first, MK9 came out in 2011. Because it says here by 2011. What's the total sales? Is the total sales 3 million, or it sold 3 million in the first year? Because I'd almost guarantee you that MK9 sold way more than 3 million. Because a couple of years after that, they had, or at least, maybe a year or so after that, give or take, they brought out the complete edition. Right? So for those that hadn't got any of the DLC, that would have been a sales jump as well. Right? MK10, when did MK10 come out? Was that in 2015? Was it? Or was that by the end of 2015? This is where this is confusing. Right? You say by in the same year that MK9 came out. But if MK10 came out earlier than that, which I doubt, because then after MK9, we had Injustice, then we had MK10, then we had Injustice 2, and then we had MK11, and then MK1. And MK11's at 15 million, right? You might think, oh, that's pretty good. And over here, Ed Moon Glazing Trash says, with over 5 million games sold, seeing Mortal Kombat 1 is still in the top 15 most played PlayStation 5 games makes us very grateful to MK fans. Oh, so you're only grateful to the PlayStation fans, not the Xbox fans, certainly not the Switch fans, and certainly not the PC fans. But at least on PC, like I stated, we actually can check direct metrics to see how many people are playing games in real time, how many people are playing and, or leaving the game, right? We actually have charts to be able to check this, like proper charts, right? Not curated shit like this, right? Just so we're clear, right? Just gonna zoom in so you can't barely see my beautiful face. There we go. It's interesting how with this chart here, right? What do you notice? Look at the top, the blue boxes. Week ending December 14th, week ending December 21st, week ending December 28th, and week ending January 4th. You know what was going on in that period of time? Bless you. You know what was going on in that period of time? Deep dish discounts on the sale of the game, right? It was Christmas, and they didn't. Where's the metric from like 6 months ago, right? This is pushing the narrative that this game is like not dying. Okay. Yet every conceivable instinct that I have and many others have, including the leaker that they still not have addressed, says different, including, like I said, the metrics that I have been showing over the course of the year of MK11 outpacing MK1. Right? So they take a vertical slice, right, at the Christmas period, where I think the game was at least 50, if not possibly 60% off in sales. Of course, you're going to get you are going to get a player jump spike with that sort of thing. Now, granted, on PC, we have like a billion times more options for games than you do on console. That's just a fact, right? So when I remember always hearing the console side arguments like, oh, PC has no games. Bro, every single day except for Sunday and Saturday, to a degree, maybe a little bit on Saturday, but mostly Sunday's day off, there are at the very least anywhere between 10 to 30 games being released on Steam every day. And I can prove that because there's actually a website that tracks these in real time with a 10-minute refresh rate that actually showcases the amount of games that are constantly coming out on the platform. Are all of them bangers? No. But there's still games being made available. And because PC is an open platform, and you can find not just games on Steam, but everywhere. Other storefronts like the EA app or Ubisoft Connect, Battle.net, not to mention you can also have separate launches to download games and play in. You've got itch.io, which is a massive indie website to be able to go and try out or play games. You've got, I can't remember the name of it. What's it called? Game Jolt as well. There's games over on there. This is like an infinite amount of games that you have access to, not to mention emulation as well. Right? So we do have games, right? And PC gamers will, if a game is great, they'll play it. If it's not great, they won't play it. Right? And it shows in the metrics. It shows in the review scores, because you can only leave review scores on Steam games if you've already bought the game, right? It shows in the player base that is like, you know, the current people that are playing, right? But you'll never get retention. We can see those retention rates, but what about the return rates? How many people bought the game at Christmas and went, man, this is a pile of shit, and got a refund? How many people bought the game as a gift because it was so cheap? This is one of the first fighting games from recent memory that had a really big discount of 40% not long after it first came out in the Black Friday sales last year. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't sell 5 million, but what I'm saying though is that you can easily make people think that the game is not dying and doesn't have any problems or whatever by doing this sort of thing. Oh, 5 million sold. Blah, it's amazing. Look, it's on look at all these charts, everyone's playing it. Isn't that amazing? Christmas. One single vertical slice out of the entire, actually over an entire year, right? Literally 1 week after the other, at all the discounts going on all the platforms at Christmas time. And this is the chart they put out. They didn't put one out. Did they put one out 6 months ago? Right. Maybe they did. I don't know. I didn't see it. Anyway, catch you next time.